How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be doing a video about my 75-gallon community tank. It's a little dark right now because I have it focused on there, unless it would look like this. That doesn't look too bad. But we're going to go ahead and switch the camera, and I'm going to show you guys how this tank is doing. It is a community tank, some may consider, so we'll go ahead and flip the camera and show you what's up. Alright, so here is the aquarium here. This is a 75-gallon tank, a standard 75-gallon. Got a few things in here that I'm going to show you guys and introduce you to if you haven't seen it already, and if you have, then we're going to revisit some of the cool animals that are in here. But I just want to point out, so this tank here is my fish tank. I'm going to do a video about this too because I've got a lot of cool fish in here that a lot of people would like to see, a lot of you guys. They're not just your average fish. I'll give you a little hint. Here's one right here. If you know what that is, you're going to be super excited. So anyway, there's no real wood in this tank, which is why the water is so clear. I only point that out so you guys don't get concerned on the water color of the tank. As you can see, it's clear water, it's clean. We have some particles floating around, but that's just because there's a bunch of driftwood in here. The reason why it's this color is because of all the driftwood. So in wood, there's a thing called tannins, and usually when you get a log and it saturates, those tannins are released into the water, and it turns it into like a taintish yellow, sometimes like a reddish color. So some woods have more taint than others, or tannins, I mean. Some woods have more tannins than others. So we just ended up with this weird, somewhat yellowish tea colored. If you're looking in from the top, you can see it. It doesn't mean it's dirty at all. That's just the color of the water. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys who all is in this tank. So right here is the loggerhead musk turtle. Here she is, chilling in her cave here. I love, love, love musk turtles, and loggerhead musks and razorback musks are two of my favorites. Musk turtles are my number one. When someone asks what a good pet turtle is for a first timer, I 100% of the time say a musk turtle. Really of any kind, specifically a common musk, like this girl here. This is Jerry, the common musk turtle. I've hand raised her as a hatchling, and she was like the size of a dime. You guys know how small baby musk turtles are. But I've had her, geez, I think maybe close to 5 years now. Either 4 or 5 years, hand raised her, and she's getting big. Here's my hand for reference. I don't have a small hand. I mean, I've got like a normal adult man size hand. So she is probably, she might be getting close to 4 inches in length now. Yeah, she's getting pretty big. And you can see the razorback, not the razorback, the loggerhead is just behind her. She is getting to the point now where she is starting to grow outward. So if you look right here, she's got an itch on her foot. If you look right here, it's kind of dipping in. When they stop growing, man, what is she doing? Look at this. I swear, she has one single brain cell and it's probably not even functioning right now. If you ever seen a turtle itch their foot, that's how they do it. Anyway, she's starting to get the narrow portion by the bridge of her shell, which means she's getting older, she's growing. So that's really, really cool to see. I've only seen that in really big adult females, so I'm hoping that means that she's going to be a big adult female at some point too. And here we have the loggerhead, about to get a nice little breath of air. I love what they do. They just stick their nose out. That's why no one sees them in the wild. Just stick their nose out. You can see from the top, it's like just hardly anything. From the surface, you don't even really see it. I mean, look at that. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, so those are those two turtles. And then over here, he's a little more shy, but when it's feeding time, he absolutely loves it. This is the Japanese wood turtle. Just a little guy. But he has grown exponentially. Honestly, he's doubled in size from the time that he's been in this tank. He's been in here for almost 8 months now, or just over 8 months. So he's pretty well established. Everything in this tank is extremely established in this tank, or this setup, which is what I love, because they just all do so well. They're just perfectly adjusted to it. I've not had any fish or anything of that sort die for over a year, and I've had this setup for well over a year. All the fish in here I got when I made this original setup. So it's been well over a year. All these fish I've had for over a year. They've all lived. They're all doing great. They're all ginormous compared to when I got them. And including turtles. She usually would go outside during the summertime, but I just left her in here this summer, and look at her, loving life. Same with the Japanese wood. But so with the fish, got a few things. We have an iridescent shark right here. He was tiny when I first got him. Got an iridescent shark. You saw right there. It's a rainbow shark. And don't be confused by the name shark. It's actually a carp. So this is a catfish, a species of catfish, and that is a species of carp. So we have that. Here we have a pictus catfish, who's been in this tank for quite some time. And I've had this dude, geez, a year and a half, 2 years now. I had him when I've had him for a while. He was with my alligator snapper and was the only survivor. So he's been around for a minute. We have 5 giant Danios, however you want to say it. They're these minnow looking things. They were the cheapest fish at the pet store, but I gotta tell you what. I love these dudes. They are so active. They're so personable, and they love to eat. They're just always moving around. I got 5 of them a year ago. They're all 5 still kicking. They're all big, and I love them. They're a schooling fish, and they really help liven up the tank. And there's just a random rosy red that was in the alligator snapper tank. Took him out of the alligator snapper tank, put him in here, and no, he wasn't with the gators. He was in this tank for an eel that I had, and the eel didn't eat him, so I just threw him in here. And then they're super shy, so if I can't find them, I'll throw clips of them in. I have 2 dojo loaches. They are huge compared to when I first got them. They are, geez, I don't even know, 7 inches long now. I mean, they're getting big. If they come out, I'll film them, but I do have clips of them I'll include. Oh, there's one. Look at him. That's the bigger out of the 2. Dojo loach. These guys help keep the tank clean. They run all the sand through their gills and get all the particles and everything out. Surprisingly, the turtles haven't got them. As you can see, they have some bite marks on them, and that just happens over time. And the other one is over here. But these guys are super cool. I'm getting more of those loaches for this tank. And then we have 2 gold gouramis. They don't really do much. They just look cool. So that's pretty much the premise of the tank and everything that's in it. I love these 2 aquariums. That's the reason they're in my room. I can literally just sit down here and watch it for an hour and be totally entertained. So yeah, this is pretty much it. So 75-gallon tank. We have sand in the bottom. This algae here actually grew, and I really like it. I think it looks neat, and it gives something for the turtles and the loaches to actually chew on. There's a little wood turtle again. He's chilling. But all this is real wood, real driftwood. That was the purpose of this tank. It was to mimic the springs of Florida. It's where we went on vacation one time, went and kayaked in a Florida spring, and I thought it was really cool, the layout, so I came home and designed this tank for it. Then we got some rocks. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Got the basking area right here. All 3 turtles use it regularly. You know, despite what some people may think, musk turtles do indeed bask, and they do need their UVB. So, got the heat, the UVB, and then just a regular light bulb just to light up that side of the tank. There it is. And that's pretty much all there is to it. thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you learned anything, I'm glad you did. If I have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down in the comments below. Try not to slur my words here because I tend to talk fast in videos, so my apologies. I'm working on it. I'm rusty. But this is the tank. Let me know what you think about it and what you think of these guys. They're all super cool, I think. And let me know. I'll see you guys in the next video.